In this video series, I'm going to teach you how to land your first $5,000 a month SEO client in the next 30 days, even if you don't know a thing about SEO. You're going to learn the exact same formula that helped me generate over $1.4 million in 2015. I don't really like showing income reports, but the sad thing actually about me for this graphic is that I had to pay $38,000 in fees to PayPal. It's just one PayPal account. The rest of the money was transferred to me directly. No guide to making money online is complete without the stereotypical douchebag photo in a Lamborghini. So that's me, Glenn, in the Lamborghini, and my business partner, Diggy, in the Ferrari F430. These are not our cars. I'm too tall to sit in a Lamborghini for more than 30 minutes, but more on them later and how they're relevant to this story. So again, just a little bit about me very, very quickly, just so you can see I know a little bit about what I'm going to be teaching you over these next few videos. So at 18 years old, I left Newcastle, England. I left my accent there as well to move to Cape Town, South Africa to generate website traffic for brands like Land Rover, Hewlett-Packard, and Bacardi. I was the creator of Plugin ID, a personal development blog I sold for a mid-5-figure fee. I don't recommend checking that out as it's no longer online. And Viperchill, where you're probably watching these videos, a top 100 business blog which has been mentioned in books by multiple New York Times bestsellers. I have wrote most of Viral Marketing for Dummies for Wiley, so a couple of years ago they asked me to write that book for them, and more recently I was featured as a blogging expert for the Guardian newspaper in the UK over the Christmas, so half a year ago, the Christmas of 2015, 2016. And it's not just myself that has been able to have success with this model, I can teach this business model as well. So this guy on the left there is Azam, and in 2015, the middle of 2015, Azam was totally new to the SEO client model, okay? Getting SEO clients and actually having them pay you. So he was totally new to it. Now, today, Azam makes more than $14,000 a month in recurring revenue, and he has the world's coolest accent. I didn't help him with that. I get a lot of insults on my own accent, but it's just showing, okay, I have a lot of examples like this, but just showing is that I'm totally new to the model. I taught him the ideas. Now he makes more than $14,000 a month. And the reason we actually have people making a lot more money than Azam, just the reason I like to highlight Azam is that he's not kind of resting on his laurels and happy to sit where he is. He knows the potential with his business model, and he's getting out there just a few months ago, getting featured in the business section of the Huffington Post, which I think is super, super cool. So why am I teaching this? I'm sure you must be a little bit skeptical. Well, being totally honest, this video series is not entirely selfless. I've learned far more from students of this method than I have on my own, okay? So the amount of people that go through this, they always have some question or some idea or some feedback or some thought. I can get a client this way, or I can rank in Google this way, or I can do this. And I just get so much feedback that it genuinely does help my own business as well. So here's my question for you. When you land your first client, I want you to come back and tell me your story. Deal? That's it. Trust me, I couldn't have written 300,000 words of content for free on Viperchill if I didn't want to help people succeed online. So now that's that out of the way, let's get on the good stuff, shall we? To begin, you must know why. Why this is the ultimate business model I believe everyone looking to build a profitable online business should follow. Why number one? The industry is growing at an alarming rate. So here's a report from Search Engine Land, pretty recent, May 9th, 2016. The SEO industry is now worth $65 billion. Will it ever stop growing? And one of the reasons they say that the industry is growing is because of the decreasing power of traditional ads. Okay, so normal ads in newspaper and print and radio just aren't working as well. And even online ads now are struggling. And the reason online ads are struggling is because people are using ad blockers. Okay, they're installing the software under their computers. Last year, it cost publishers $22 billion. And ad blocking is a growing trend. So more and more people are installing the software on their phones and their desktops so that they don't see ads on the internet. Ad blocking grew by 41% last year. Okay, so something like SEO, which is natural and it's organic and it's not an ad, people are pumping more and more money into that to make sure that their websites and their content get seen. SEO is number 3 and 4 for LinkedIn's most searched skills for 2015. Here you go, the hottest skills of 2015 that people looked for, they actively tried to employ people for. Number 3 there, marketing campaign management. I have zero doubt that includes some SEO, but number 4 couldn't be any clearer. SEO, search engine optimization, search engine marketing. I don't know why they wrote SEM marketing, but there you go. Okay, so it's also risen from 2014. Again, this is a growing skill, a growing interest that employers and so on are looking for. Number 3, you do not have to meet a single client in person. Now, out of more than 300 clients that I've personally worked with, I have met one. Admittedly, I'm an introvert, but it does not matter. I do not need to be an extrovert to have success with this business model. I don't need to go out and meet anyone. So I just want to make that clear. And also I want to add is that I don't get on the phone with clients. I have never done that. At most, I do a Skype chat, but generally I pretty much just offer email. Clients generally don't get in touch with me unless my stuff isn't working. Unfortunately, my stuff pretty much almost always works. Okay, so out of 300 clients ever, I've only met one in person, and the reason I met him is because he was a friend of mine first before I got started. Reason number 4, this is the best online business model to follow. You will never run out of potential clients ever. Okay, so just check these numbers for a second. Every minute, there are 118 new websites being published on the internet. That means there's 7,083 new websites every single hour. Or to put that in a day's perspective, there are 170,000 new websites coming online every single day. And no matter what search term they want to rank for in Google, they're all competing for the same 10 spots. So number 5, your revenue can be made totally passive. Okay, if you want to learn about SEO, I'm going to help you do that in this video series. But if you don't want to learn about SEO, that's totally fine as well. You can outsource it. In fact, for SEO outsourcing, there are more than 600,000 results in Google and tons of companies who will happily do SEO for you if you're able to get the clients. And similarly, on a website like Upwork, where you can hire freelancers, if you submit one request to find an SEO to help you, they are averaging around 41 people who are saying I can do that per every request that is put on their website. Okay, so if you want to outsource the actual work to someone else, there is no shortage of people who can do that for you. Another one, I think this is a big one. Your physical location and language are irrelevant. So just look at some of these companies here. They are in Australia, Brazil, Finland, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Holland, Philippines, Portugal, Spain, and Sweden. Okay, I can share this list with you later. You don't worry about taking a screenshot or whatever. They are real brands, and the reason I highlight them is because half of them are not even in English. All of them are not in the general countries, like US, UK, and Canada. And more importantly, every single one of them makes more than $15,000 per month. If you want to know how I know that, you can ask me at the end of the video. But I do, okay? Or you can contact them yourself. So, number 7, finding high budget clients is easier than it has ever been. Thanks to the technology we have around today, it is very, very easy to see how much money a potential client has before you have the chance to work with them. Don't just take my word for it. I'm going to actually jump onto my computer and show you this live in action. And just remember, if you stick to the end of this video, I'm going to send you a PDF of 43 industries that are craving an SEO to serve them. So let me jump over to my browser now and show you that it is easier than ever to find clients with a high budget who need help with SEO. So here I am in Google, and what I've searched for is tattoo removal NYC, okay, so New York City. Now you don't really have to worry about what I searched for or why I searched for it. All I wanted was a search result that had ads, okay, so you can see these ones, 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, it means these companies are spending money to appear here in Google, whereas these companies are ranking here naturally, and if they get traffic, they're not paying for that traffic. Okay, so the first one I checked is Bare Body Laser. Now, what you want to do, you can type in anything, okay? Actually, if you get that PDF, I'm going to show you the kind of industries to search for at the end of this video. You can type in pretty much whatever you want as long as it has ads. And then what you want to do is you want to take one of the websites, barebodylaser.com in this example. You want to go over to semrush.com, that's semrush.com, and you just want to enter the domain name there. So I entered it in barebodylaser.com. Now I shouldn't really show this example first, but I want to show you that this tool doesn't always work. Okay, so the first example I checked, what I'm looking for here is something that says paid keywords. Okay, I don't know why it didn't work for this one, but I just wanted to include that first. You can see organic keywords, which means terms that they're ranking for free, but paid isn't showing. So I go back to Tattoo Removal NYC, and the next one is VadaSpa.com. So I go back to SEMrush. I'd already scrolled down there. Back to SEMrush, put that in there. I want to scroll down, and here I go. I can see their top paid keywords. So now, thanks to SEMrush, and by the way, this is a paid tool, but I'm not logged in. I'm using the free version. What you want to do is you want to click on Full Report. So what I can see, and again, I have a free account, so I can't see all of the data, but this is enough for me. So what I can see is 10 terms that they're bidding for in Google. I can also see how much those clicks are probably costing them and how many searches per month those terms are getting. So for example, I can see that they are bidding on laser hair removal in New York City. I didn't search for that, remember, I was searching for tattoo removal, but now I can learn that they're also bidding on laser hair removal. That gets searched almost 3,000 times a month, so around 100 times a day. And for every single click, they're paying around $15. So just for one person to click on the ad is around $15. If you times that by 100 people per day, that is $1,500 per day in ad spend on just one term, and they're actually bidding on a lot more terms. Now, they don't get 100% of clicks. They get around 40%. So we can say they're probably paying around $700 to $800 per day just for this one search term. Now, if we go over to Google, we can see that if I look for laser hair removal, of course, there they are. There's VadaSpot, just like this tool told me they would be there. Told me they'd be ranking for that. There they are with the ad. However, they are not here in the organic search results. Okay, so let's just say I could get these guys ranking a lot better in these natural organic search results. They're already paying $700 a day to Google. What could they pay me? Could they pay me $1,000 a month? Okay, I'm not going to get as much traffic because I'm a bit lower down, but I am going to send them visitors. Could they send me $2,000, $5,000 a month? If they're spending $20,000 a month on just one term, and that's not working out, the traffic for all of these hundreds of keywords that they're bidding on, these guys have a lot of money. They're clearly making a lot of money from the services that they offer. So just another one, laser hair removal there. Another one I found, lasertouchsoho.com. I can go over to SEMrush. I'm going to put them in here, lasertouchsoho.com. So I can see there, just scrolling down, top paid keywords again. Click on view full report. And basically what you're looking for is brands that are spending a lot of money on terms that aren't ranking in Google. Okay, so this one costs $13 for one click. It's searched for 390 times a month, and they're getting around 10% of the traffic. So I'm not going to try and do the maths now, but they're spending, $13 for every one visitor. And what can I see here? There they are. Like the tool predicted, they are number one. And if I scroll down, they're here. Okay, so I could do a little bit of SEO. I actually like when a potential client rather, is already on the first page or the second page, because it means I don't have to do too much work to bump them up a little bit higher. And I'll talk about this in a future video. So I've just found there two businesses in 5 seconds. I searched for one random thing. I found people running ads who clearly have at least $10,000 to $20,000 per month minimum to spend on AdWords. They could be your first $5,000 a month SEO client. So you may be thinking, it may be one of you that's watching this, Glenn, I don't know anything about SEO. If I get a client, what do I do? What is going to happen? Well, just trust me from now. Do not worry about this, okay? I'm not going to risk my reputation by publicly sending out hundreds of people into this field and offering SEO who don't know what they're doing, okay? SEO services providers already have a bad reputation. I'm not going to add to that. Just for now, I don't want you to get too many ideas and things going on in your head. Don't worry about that for now. The most important thing is knowing how to position yourself and how to close clients. Now stick to the end of today's video, and I'm going to send you a PDF of 43 industries that are craving an expert to serve them. Okay, so these are industries where you can land your first $5,000 client in weeks or even days, and again, even if you don't know a thing yet about SEO. Now you've already learned how this business model generated me over $1.4 million in 2015. What I haven't told you is that I used to be a total failure at selling SEO. Then one day I received advice from someone who I've never even met that changed my life forever. And in a few minutes, I'm going to share with you what that advice was. Before I do that, I just want to show you something pretty funny, but just to kind of show you it's true what I've been talking about. Here is VibeChill, my original website, July 3rd, 2006, so 10 years ago. And this was my website. I was 16 years old, put together VibeChill. I wanted to sell SEO. And to cut a long story short, in 18 months, this website did not land me a single client. And I asked for some advice from other people landing clients, and they told me to start a blog on VibeChill to show that I knew what I was talking about when it comes to marketing and SEO. So that's what I did. Some articles picked up a bit of traction and some backlinks, but I was a terrible writer with an equally terrible haircut. So there's my 16, 17-year-old self putting my face in the middle of every article for some reason. I had written hundreds of articles by this point, whopping 19 feed subscribers there in the top right, and the headline there, what my builders taught me about link building. By the way, if you can't see this screen very well, please do click full screen button in the bottom right hand corner of the video you're watching right now. So I did actually land a few clients here and there. Viperchill finally landed an SEO client, but there was nothing consistent. Okay, 1 month I might make $1,500, then I could go 2 to 3 months without landing a client. It wasn't really a very stable business model at all. And the worst thing that happened to me was landing my dream client. I picked up a huge client in the UK, Phones for You. I put them on my homepage, and then they sent me an email saying, we don't want to be associated with you. Please remove our logo from your homepage. So it was not the most successful venture that I've been involved in. So to cut a long story short, I gave up on trying to sell marketing services and went into a lot of other online adventures. And I did actually have a lot of success with those ventures, but I still had the lingering desire in the back of my head to build a successful agency. After all, it was the first thing back in 2006 that I ever built online. Then in 2014, I came across this guy, Sean, and from that day forward, my life would never be the same again. Now I know that sounds overly dramatic and that's really not my aim, but does it help if I tell you that he has over 21,000 marketing clients and he has been on the Inc. 500 6 times? The funny thing about Sean is that you may expect his business takes on anyone and everyone to get so many paying customers. Yet the truth is his business actively turns away 99.9% of people looking for help with their online marketing. So here's the thing that Sean does, which was a massive light bulb moment for me. He only offers his marketing services for one specific industry: gym owners and personal trainers. And here is Sean's business, NPE, the homepage there, Grow Your Fitness Business to the Next Level. His company, NPE, did over $7.2 million in revenue in 2015. Now, I get that it doesn't make logical sense to turn away most people and actually make more money, but here's why it works in the marketing world. Clients want to work with people who they believe are specialists in their industry. They have a natural distrust for SEOs and internet marketers. You have no idea how many emails these companies get saying, we can do your SEO, we can do your SEO. Do you want links? I can do your SEO. You have no idea how many emails they get. So when you can position yourself as the SEO for gym owners or SEO for lawyers or whatever it may be, potential clients who hear about you and hear from you instantly think, that's my guy. Now, this is why today I have nearly a dozen niche-focused SEO agencies for industries like automotive and for specific regions like Singapore. And that is a world away from what I was doing back in 2006 when I was trying to offer SEO to anyone and everyone and just landing random clients. Now I very, very easily close clients. They know exactly what industry I specialize in and what I offer. And again, when I contact them, they start to think that is my guy. And just to show you again the power of specializing in something, just in case it hasn't clicked into your head right now, so here's a thread from Quora. Can a digital agency acquire high-level clients completely remotely? And they define high-level clients as paying them more than $50,000 a month. Now, by remotely, they mean not having to meet them in person. And again, as I said in the last video, out of over 300 clients, I have not met one in person. Actually, I met one, and that's just because he was a friend of mine. So look at the answers here from Quora. Yes, you can do this. You can get high-paying clients remotely, meaning you don't have to meet them, but your offering must be unique. Yes, if you're the only agency specializing in solving certain kinds of problems. Another one here. First, you need to be uniquely positioned to solve the client's problem. Again, so you don't just want to be in general SEO, you have to be the SEO for X industry. Just trust me on this one. So, the $1,000 rule is the most important step to implement if you really want to make money with this model. It's incredibly simple, but do not let that fool you. It was a huge part in accelerating me to building a 7-figure SEO agency. Before choosing an industry to be the SEO expert for, you must ask yourself this question. Is a client to my client worth at least $1,000? Okay, so very simple. If I sent a client of mine one lead, could they make more than $1,000 from that lead? Let's just say I'm working with a hotel architect and he finds a hotel chain that wants to design a new hotel. Would he make $1,000 from that? Absolutely, probably make a few $100,000 or $1 million. Then again, if my local barber, if I send them someone looking for a haircut, is he going to make $1,000 from that? No. Okay, so very, very important. If you send a client just one lead, would they make $1,000 from it? And the reason you want to ask this is you want them to be able to pay you at least $1,000 for the lead. Okay, just sending them one visitor. If you have to send them hundreds of thousands of people for them to make $1,000, it's going to give you a ton of work to do. So if you didn't get that 43 Industries PDF from me, please do email me about that and watch the first video. Just a few examples here: solar panel installation, plastic surgeons, high-end Etsy sellers, dentists, supercar rental, injury lawyers, car dealers, luxury package holidays, real estate, LED panel shops. You know, these are the huge LED panels they put behind music events. Actually a great industry because they cost so much money. Programmers, bar owners, office space rental, gym owners. So if I send a dentist a client, or a plastic surgeon, or someone who sells solar panels, or someone in real estate, if I send them just one lead, they could likely pay me $1,000. Now, the reason bar owners and gym owners are kind of exceptions there is because the thing that you do to get one more person to go to a gym is kind of easily scalable, okay? Because it applies to so many people. Not everyone is going to need huge LED panels for music events, but most people realize they want to be healthy and they probably should go to a gym if they aren't already, okay? So there are some exceptions to the $1,000 rule, but please do try keep it in mind before you pick an industry. If you can't think of a specific niche just yet, don't stress, but do start thinking about it. You're going to find over the course of this video and over the next few days, you're probably going to have quite a few ideas coming to your mind. However, if you really want my approval, I'm happy to do that for you. You can email hello@marketinginc.com, that's INC, if you want me to approve your idea. Just please accept in advance that my reply will literally just be yes or no, as of course I want to be focused on making videos like this rather than sitting in my inbox all day. But of course, I'm more than happy to help you. So the next topic we're going to cover is how to have people in your niche perceive you as an SEO expert. What I'm about to reveal to you is actually a sad fact about internet marketing, but it is what it is in my opinion, so you should still use it to your advantage. So I just want to show you something here. So here they are, the Guardian newspaper back in 2010. That's me on the top of a rooftop in Amsterdam.
Reveal.
They said Glenn Alsop developed an expertise in search engine optimization. Here is the MaxCDN blog, MaxCDN used by millions of people, February 2016. They call Brian Dean an SEO expert. Social Media Examiner, used by hundreds of thousands of people a month. They call Maury Smith the world's leading Facebook marketing authority. Crazy Egg, again viewed by hundreds of thousands of people a month. They say Ollie Gardner is a landing page expert. Now, the interesting thing to me about Ollie, about Maury, about Brian, and about myself, nobody has ever seen the work that these people have done. Just think about that for a second. The Guardian newspaper did not see any website I have ever ranked in Google, yet say I've developed an expertise in search engine optimization. Brian has never publicly revealed any sites of his that he ranks. I have friends who spend $50,000 to $100,000 per day on Facebook ads, and I can guarantee they know a lot more about Facebook marketing than Maury. And similarly, Ollie, nobody has really seen any of the landing pages that he's put together. Now, the reason Ollie's seen as an expert, why Maury's seen as an expert, why Brian is seen as an expert, and why the Guardian newspaper call me an expert is because myself and all of these other people are willing to give away everything they learn about that topic. You must be willing to as well. So Brian talks a ton about SEO, I talk a ton about SEO, Maury shares a ton on Facebook, Ollie shares a ton about landing pages, and because they just give away all that information, they are perceived to be an expert on their topic. So everything you learn on this journey, which I'm going to help you with, don't worry, everything you learn on this journey, I want you to keep this mindset in mind. No matter how invaluable or valuable the information you find and the knowledge you acquire is, you must be willing to give it away, and I mean all of it, literally all of it, for free. Okay, so I want you to keep that in mind. Just think for a second, what am I doing with this video series? I'm giving away everything away for free, and probably at some point maybe it's going to come into your head that I actually know what I'm talking about on this topic. I get a little bit of credibility. That's because I'm willing to give away so much information, and you must be willing to do the same as well. Now, I've already promised to send you the 43 hand-picked niche ideas that are craving an SEO expert to serve them, but I have another bonus for you. If you stick to the end of this video, I'm going to send you a private case study from a previous student of mine now making more than $10,000 per month selling SEO services. I will share with you his specific pricing model, the emails he sent out and received from clients, and his 3-part closing process. So if you stick to the end of the video, I'm going to tell you how to access that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get into a proven step-by-step formula which has allowed me to build almost a dozen profitable SEO agencies. So here's the first step in the 5-part formula. deciding on your niche. By the way, I just want to clarify for the rest of this video, if you can't see graphics clearly, please hover over the video that's on the screen right now and click that button in the bottom right hand corner to see it full screen. And by the way, research has proven that people who watch a video in full screen have a lot more success with the content. That may or may not be true, but you will be able to see these graphics a bit clearer. So step one, deciding on your niche, and that goes all the way to the services that you offer, becoming equipped to serve your niche, how to position yourself as an expert, and landing your first $5,000 a month client. Now, we've actually already covered the first two steps. So for deciding on your niche, it must be niche, okay? Don't just be the SEO guy. You want to be the SEO for lawyers, or the SEO for gym owners, or the SEO for solar panel installation companies, whatever it may be. And again, you've got to follow that $1,000 rule. Is a client to your client with at least $1,000? When it comes to actually offering the service, I stick by what I said earlier. Do not worry. Don't stress about that now. I don't want it to put you off the process worrying about how to do that. Worry when you get a client, okay? And if you get clients quickly, which is very, very possible after you watch this video, outsource the first few to random companies, even if you have to spend all of the money that you get just to kind of learn what they're doing and so on, and then go and take the time to research more the services that you can offer in regards to SEO. So the next three steps: becoming equipped to serve your niche, positioning yourself as an expert, and your first $5,000 a month client is what we're going to talk about in today's video. So moving on to step three, since we got the first two out of the way, the first two videos, in order to become equipped, I know I say that word weird, but nothing I can do about it, equipped to serve your niche, aka deserve to get paid, you need to know about your industry in regards to SEO. So far you've been a great listener, and I'm getting hundreds of emails for the additional content that I promise when you stick to the end of each video, and that's been amazing. But if you want to make money, you need to take action. And this step is where you learn more than me about your industry, and you don't have to be smart to do it. Okay, in my industries, I know more than 99.9% of SEOs. I don't mean people, because there's probably like 1 in a billion people who actually care about the automotive industry or Singapore SEO or whatever it may be. I know more than other people in my industry. If you do the research I'm going to teach you about today, you're going to know more about your industry than me, and I've been doing SEO for 11 years, okay? So you can become an expert very easily. So for this section, we are going to use Google, SEMrush.com, and a bit of patience to learn about your industry in depth. So the first step is to figure out what people search for in Google to potentially buy what your client has to offer. If you're going to help them get more leads and make more sales, you have to know what people would search for to actually buy their offering. Let's assume that you've chosen the yacht rental niche. It fits the $1,000 rule. People are going to spend more than $1,000 renting a yacht, and becoming the SEO guy for yacht rental is definitely specific enough. People don't just search for yacht rental, fortunately, when looking to rent a yacht. There are thousands of terms they use. Now we have to find them. So what I've done, I've headed on over to Google and I've simply searched for private yacht rental. So what I want to do is I want to open up some of these websites and put them in SEMrush. So I put in the first result, it was vrbo.com. I put that in there and I can see here the terms that they're ranking for in Google. So I click on full view report and I can see terms like private yacht charter, yacht rentals, private yacht charters, rent a yacht, private boat charter, Caribbean sailboat charters, just terms I hadn't thought of. It's given me a lot of inspiration and ideas. And again, I'm just using a free account here, so you don't have to pay any money for anything. And I can start taking the other results and looking for them as well. So this one, where was it? It was second in Google, but really these keywords are not very relevant, okay? It's just because of their brand name. However, the last one here, bareboat charter, is something that may be interesting and relevant, so I want to take that as well. And the last one, Charter World, Caribbean yacht charter, yacht rental prices, that could be a good one as well. It shows intent that someone would want to rent a yacht and so on. So what you want to do is you could use Excel or whatever you want, but all I've done here is open a Google Drive spreadsheet. So it's totally free to use, docs.google.com. And then what I've done is I'm just taking random keywords that I'm finding and writing down their search volume. Okay, so the search volume is here. And what you want to do, don't just take the top 3 results, really go in depth of this, take all of these results, go into page 2, take all of those results as well. Just put them as a search here in SEMrush, and it will show you what, as I said earlier, as I was on the page earlier, this is the default page that you get. Then you just click on view full report, and you will see 5 more keywords, so 10 in total, okay? And then start putting them down in a list here. Now, please do take your time with this. The more results you can get, the more opportunities you're going to find to land clients and make money. And there's a lot more opportunities and places to find keywords as well. So for example, you could just use Google. Google suggests things when you're typing them in. So if I started writing private yacht, I can see private yacht rental NYC, private yacht jobs, and so on. I can start taking any of the keywords I found earlier and see what Google suggests to me and then write them down as well. Now, using this method, of course, you won't actually get the Google search volume, but fortunately Google do have a tool for that. So what you want to do is you want to head over to adwords.google.com/keyword planner. If you can't remember that address, just go to Google and search for Google Keyword Planner. Okay, it's going to be the first result. And here's what you want to do. There's 3 options of things that you can search for in this tool. You want the first one, so search for new keywords using a phrase. Then in that first box there, you're going to put your terms. So yacht rental, rent a yacht, yacht rental New York City, whatever it is. Make sure it's set on all locations. Okay, you can fiddle around with this later, but just for now, put that on all locations. And then I put in a certain term, rent a yacht or whatever it was, and then I see more suggestions here from Google. Luxury yacht charter, okay, something I didn't think about. Could definitely, if I rank for that in Google, could definitely send leads to a client. Luxury yacht charters, luxury charter yachts, luxury yachts for charter, and so on. So just variations of the same key phrase, but we can see that people are paying a lot of money for them on Google and how many average monthly searches they're getting. By the way, this competition column means absolutely nothing, okay? It's only about AdWords. It's not about organic, natural, free search results, so please don't worry about that column at all. So once you've done this, and again, take your time with this, please don't rush it. What I want you to do is filter out the terms, search for at least 500, preferably more than 1,000 times per month. Okay, so in this example, it would only be luxury yacht charter. Now, don't worry, collecting those lesser keywords I told you about earlier was not in vain. If you haven't done the research yet and you're still watching this video, which I guess you are, makes sense, please still collect those lesser keywords that get a lower search volume. They're going to be invaluable to you at some point in time, I promise. Then what we're going to do is see how many links from other websites each of the results in Google has pointing to them. So very, very quickly, to very much oversimplify how Google works, links are why sites rank. Okay, so the website in position number 1 for any keyword generally has more links from other websites. Those clickable text links that take you to random sites. Number 1 generally has more links from other websites than position 10. Okay, so that's an oversimplification of Google, but it is a fairly good rule to keep in mind. Now, I've already promised to send you the 43 handpicked niche ideas and that $10,000 a month student case study, but I'm also going to send you a 10-minute guide to how Google rankings work at the end of this video, okay? So I didn't want it to get too complex and go into so many different angles of case studies and niches and how rankings work. So I packaged them up in a huge bonus, completely free, and I'm going to tell you how to get that at the end of this video. So let's get into the next part. So I want to go back to Google and I want to take all of these top ranking sites, and I don't just want to look at their keyword data now. What I want to look at is how many links they have. So for some reason, this one is showing as 0 links, so we can just ignore that one. And then what we want to do, actually, sorry, let me just click on backlinks here. I like showing mistakes in these videos because it actually shows I'm human and not super SEO guy. No, I'm just joking. I've reached my limit. Okay, let's close that for now. I did a ton of searches today. If you log in, you get 10 extra requests. Okay, kind of embarrassing, but I'm going to keep this on video. So just a little interjection here, as I'm having that issue with SEMrush. In a previous version of this video, a lot of people asked me, why don't I purchase an SEMrush account? Why don't I have a premium account if it's so valuable? Because I do love the tool. Well, I have 3 reasons. First of all, I don't enter new niches very often. Okay, so I've been doing this successfully now for more than 3 years, but I'm still in less than a dozen industries. So, you're likely to only ever have to need this tool once you've done this research. So if you're paying for months and months, but you only used it for a day, it's a bit of a waste of money. Secondly, a lot of people don't have huge budgets. If there are free ways to do something, then I know a lot of you will like to do that. And number 3, if you change browser or clear your cookies, you can use it indefinitely. So you can change to Firefox or Chrome or Internet Explorer. It's up to you whether you view this as being ethical, but again, you're not going to get the premium features. You still just get the free features. You only see 10 results per search. But again, if you change cookies, clear cookies or change your browser, then you can keep using it. So those are the main points. Let me go back to that embarrassing situation where I do not have a premium account, but just showing you that it is not needed. I don't have an account with them, but I can see it isn't totally grayed out. I can see a number here, 162,000 links. Okay, so I want to keep that in mind. I can still see the data there, using a bit shady route. I can still see the data here, so 20 it is to the URL and 7,100 links to their domain. And what I'm talking about here is another sheet I set up inside this Google Sheet document, and what I'm doing is I'm taking the keyword, I'm writing down the top websites ranking, I'm showing how many links there are to the URL and how many links there are to their domain. Okay, so backlinks. So again, I can see here, I can see there. Yeah, I'm not going to go and create an account right now, but you can see, again, I'm not having to use the paid tool to see this information. I can still see some of the stats. Again, 20, 1,700, and this one, just click on backlinks. For Charter World, I can see that the URL, that's the page that's ranking in Google, has only 53 links, but the domain as a whole has 6,500. Okay, so you just want to write these down in your little spreadsheet, and that is taking only search terms that were searched for at least 500, preferably more than 1,000 times per month. I say at least 500 because if you don't have many that were searched for at least 1,000 times a month, then bring that number down to 500 and just create a document. And again, take your time with this. This is the value that you're creating for yourself and your business going forward. This is going to be valuable to you for a very long time to come. Now that you've built up enough knowledge on your niche, so you know who's ranking, what terms they're ranking for, and how many links they have to their site from other websites, you're equipped to offer insights on your industry. So moving on to step 4, I'm going to show you why that stuff in that report was relevant. It's time to show your expertise. Now I have dozens of ways for you to do this, but for the purposes of this video, I'll stick to just one. We're going to expand on the data you've already collected and create what I call a report on the state of online marketing in the whatever your niche is industry. So, report on the state of online marketing in the yacht rental industry. Report on the state of online marketing in the solar panels industry. Report on the state of online marketing in the plastic surgeon industry. Okay, you get the idea. That's the report I want you to put together. And I'll reveal why in a second. But before I do that, let's just make a few things clear, okay? When you put together this report, it's not going to send hundreds of thousands of visitors to your website. It's not going to be something to show off to your friends and family, and it's not something that would look good on your CV. Actually, as you're watching this video, you probably think it might be quite boring. But the sole aim of the report is to show people in your target niche that you know their industry inside out, that you have the knowledge of an expert. Remember in the last video I showed that people talking about me as an SEO expert, Brian Dean is an SEO expert, Maury Smith is a Facebook expert. It's because they're giving away value and ideas and information on their topic freely, and that is what I want you to do in this report. And just to show you that people really do care about their own niche, top personal development blogs, top 100, 50 must read, best and most inspiring, top 100 self-improvement blogs. People care about their own industry. I promise you, the people reading these articles are people who run personal development blogs, okay? So when you run a report on certain websites in a certain industry, then they're going to be interested in that. So what you want to do to put this report together, and this one is going to take a little bit more time, is that I want you to collect the social data for the website's ranking, okay? So I want you to go to someone like Prestige Yacht Charters. I'm just going to open them up here, and what I want to find very quickly is where if they have links to Facebook and Twitter and so on their website. So just scrolling down here, they're usually in the footer. Yeah, there we go. Facebook, Twitter. Just let me open up Twitter for now, and then here's 30 followers. Okay, so what you want to do is wherever I have that website, just write down their Twitter following. Now you don't need to separate them by keyword anymore, so I shouldn't have really put that in there. And also we don't need this one. Okay, we don't need backlinks to the URL because we don't know, a lot of them were ranking for different search terms. You're just trying to find the biggest brands in your niche and create a report on them. So you get their Facebook following, get their Twitter following, and then you add them up. I don't know if this also works in Google Sheets like it does in Excel. What you do is click equals sum, drag that, close the brackets. Okay, so I'm just making let me just check that works. No, shouldn't do letters there. Yeah, okay, so it's adding that up. If you want that code, you can just email me, very simple. But you just basically want to add those numbers together. And what you want to do is then you want to rank all of the brands by score. Okay, just create a very simple chart that ranks them all. So VRBO is number 1, moorings.com is number 2, based on the total count of those 3 stats put together. And that is your report of the industry. And just checking another one I opened again, Twitter is usually in the footer. Yeah, there it is again. just opening that one. And I would write down 3,622 follows. I'd go to wherever they are here, write that down, 3,000 whatever, put that in there, and we have their overall score. And then you want to put them on a website and rank them by their score. Again, it probably doesn't sound very interesting to you, but the people in that industry are really, really, really going to be interested in it. Now, there are going to be some big brands that the smaller guys have no way of competing with. For example, VRBO is part of a multi-billion-dollar company, and they were number one in Google for yacht rental. So they're going to stand out, but that's okay. The smaller guys are still going to want to fight with each other. So once you put that report together, once you have all those stats, and again, take your time. I know it's a bit of work, but this is where your value comes from, and you only have to do this once. Then you need to put it somewhere online, and that means you need a website. So very quickly, I don't want to get into too much detail about creating a website because it's not really what this series is about, but here are 9 steps for your SEO agency website. First of all, start small. You don't need to create a 50-page website. Don't get worried about this step whatsoever. I'm literally talking about creating a 3 or 4-page website. Don't worry about expanding it until you're actually getting leads. Brainstorm domain names relating to your industry. Really do not stress about this. After all, my website is named VibeChill, which means nothing at all besides something to me personally, yet people still read my website, okay? So don't stress about this. Just random ideas there. Yacht marketer, yacht traffic, yacht rank, ranking higher in Google, whatever it may be, something relevant to your industry, and that's showing that you're on the marketing side of things. Register at .com, .net, or country-specific.co.uk domain at namecheap.com. Okay, it's going to set you back $8.88. You get free privacy protection so no one can find your address and all that kind of thing. I don't recommend .org or .io or like .info or something like that. Try and keep it simple and something that people can remember, and it's pretty professional. Step 4, find a cheap but reliable web host that will actually put your website online. So good recommendations are Bluehost, HostGator, and Namecheap. Namecheap also offer hosting. Install WordPress via cPanel or manually via WordPress.org. Okay, so the biggest free CMS on the planet. Most of the web is actually running on this now. VibeChill runs on this totally free. If you're worried about how to set that up, how to use it, and so on, your host, every one of those hosts that I mentioned, all 3 of them, will set that up for you. And by the way, the hosting on these websites is no more than $4 or $5 a month. Number 6, install a very simple theme. So if you go to this website, colorlib.com/wp/free-WordPress-themes, or just Google ColorLib free WordPress themes. They got a big list there for 2016, lots of themes. 2 that I like are Lola and Prana. They're very simple, very clean looking designs. So step 7, create your own logo. Very, very simple. Whack it in Photoshop or some online little text editor, whatever you want. Doesn't have to be overly professional, or if you want, you can purchase one for $5 on Fiverr.com. Number 8, add an about page, privacy policy. That should be privacy policy, not police, and a contact page. Then remove all clutter from the site, okay? Keep it very, very simple. And then step 9, add your report as the main article on your homepage, the state of your industry on your homepage, and make it as attractive as possible. Now, just to show you an example, something I mocked up in Photoshop, just to show how simple this could be. My dummy agency there is a marketer for golf clubs in New Zealand. Okay, I call myself NZ Upswing. I did a kind of article on there to show myself as an expert. That's a bit of a different angle from what we covered here, but you can just see very, very simple focus, and that report I asked you to put together should be the main content there on your homepage. And again, it's not going to win any awards. It's not going to send thousands of people to your site. But when the right customers land on your website, they're going to see exactly what you offer, the exact industry that you offer it for, and that you clearly know about your niche because you put the report together. So no matter what online business you start, if you're a little bit worried about creating a website and you've never done one before, you have to do this, okay? If you want to make money online, if you want an online business, if you want the freedom that comes with it, you got to set up a website somehow, okay? This is a time for you to take action, strap up your shoes and actually put some work in and make this happen, okay? Everyone was at step 0 at some point. If you do need more advice, feel free to shoot me an email, hq@vibechill.com. So you may remember earlier when I said I really do learn from students of my training. Well, here's what I used to do when I was trying to land SEO clients. I would find problems with a potential client's website, or maybe something their competitors were doing better than them that they should be doing also, and email them a free report about it. So I thought, okay, this is great. I'm going to send them a free report. They're going to love it. Then I'm going to be able to pitch them actually paying me money for a service. Now, reports would take 15 to 30 minutes per site. And when you do a lot, your time quickly disappears. So I'm doing 10 reports. It could take me 4 to 5 hours. And it was a little depressing when you consider that the majority of companies I sent this report to would never even reply to my email. Surprising to me, but I tried to send hundreds of these and very few people would reply. And then a student who followed this very same training told me his concept. I email companies asking if they'd be interested in knowing what's wrong with their website. If they reply yes, only then do I create a report, okay? So a lot smarter than mine. Was that process obvious to most people? Probably. But it was an eye-opener for me. Instead of sending them a report, asking them if they actually want the report, and only then do I go and create it. Kind of a duh moment when I look back. Hindsight is 2020, but I learned this from a student, saved me a ton of time, and it's pretty much why I love helping new people on this journey, because they help me with my journey as well. So as with showing your expertise, I have dozens of tactics for landing and closing clients. For simplicity reasons and just to keep you focused, I don't want to give you so many ideas and you don't know what to do next. Let's stick to one again for this video, and that is outreach. So outreach in this case, it generally means sending cold emails, meaning contacting people who don't know you and trying to land a client that way. It's old school, but it works. And just to prove that it still works, just a couple months ago here, May 2016, May 16th, I am sending an email to someone. There's the subject line. You still have that Google issue. You can see my intro there. For now, I really don't mean to be annoying, but blah, blah, blah. And here it is. How can you fix it? Okay, he replied. He doesn't know me. I contacted him cold, and he replied to me. And the reason I left this in there, all of his personal information, is because he owns one of the biggest restaurants in New York, worth hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars. Literally one of the most popular restaurants in the whole of New York. Another one here, 4 days after that one again. This is 2016. Do you hate me? Okay, so this is the third email I sent to this guy, just showing, outreach doesn't always work on the first email, but people do get back to you when they have the time. I've sent you 2 emails now about your issue. Hello, how are you, Glenn? Just saw the emails. Tell me, okay? And you can Google this guy. He's also the owner of one of the biggest restaurants in New York, okay? So I'm still getting replies. I don't actually have to use this tactic anymore. I get a lot of people contacting me via my various websites. Naturally, they find me in Google and so on. But if I still want to do outreach, again, this is May 2016, May 16th, May 2016, May 20th, 2016, I'm still getting people replying who have a lot of money to spend. Okay, so example emails you could use for outreach. Subject line, not sure if you saw this, question mark. Hey, find their name wherever they are that you're emailing. I included you in my State of the Yacht Industry report and thought you might like to check it out. If they don't reply, okay, send them this follow-up 2 to 3 days later. Subject line, I had some interesting replies. Hey name, a few days ago I sent you X, the name of your report. I had some interesting replies from some of your competitors. Okay, so the idea there is to kind of hook them in, like, oh no, do I have competition? Are they learning something I'm not? Do I need to know? I want to check this out. Now, so what you want to do is you just want to open with something very general and open for them. You do not want to email people a cold email with an offer. You want to get their interest and build a relationship with them over a few emails. Though that being said, make sure you do have somewhere on your website under the report that you do have some kind of SEO offering. And when you do make a pitch to a potential client, keep it low, okay? $20 to $50. You're not going to make money on this. Actually, for the time that you might put into it, you might make, a few dollars an hour. Not really why you got into this business at all, but it's just about getting your foot in the door. So start with something very low price, like a 20-minute coaching call or a quick website report you can do for them. Again, $20 to $50. And then you want to pitch them on help with their search engine rankings after blowing them away. Okay, so that's kind of the whole formula, the whole process there. I've given you the outline there. So it's about learning all you can about your industry, getting a website set up, putting that report up, and then reaching out to people with cold emails. I have a ton of more tactics to share, but I just want you to start on the basics first, because this stuff shows, like, literally these cold emails, they do work, okay? These guys are worth a lot of money and the heads of some of the biggest restaurants in New York. That's just 2 emails that I sent out. Okay, so going back through my slides there, don't just stop here. Get out there and learn more about SEO. SEO is ever changing and incredibly interesting. So viberchill.com has a lot of content on SEO if you want to learn more. Quite simply, the more time you put into this, the more you're going to get out of it. And one of my favorite quotes by Jim Rohn is, don't bring your needs to the marketplace, bring your skills. Okay, no matter how desperate or how much self-pity you have towards yourself needing to make money, the marketplace is not going to reward you for that. In other words, you're not going to make money based on how desperate you are to make money. You're going to make money based on the skills and knowledge and expertise that you bring to your audience. So bring your skills, build your skills, then bring them. So, a sad goodbye, or is it? As promised, I wanted to keep this training ad-free, no offers or affiliate links. I wanted to give you enough information that you can take and go and use and actually make money with. That being said, I do have a private community of over 1,000 people who have access to an additional 17 hours of video training. And here's just a quick preview of what that training and that modules and that access looks like. If that is something you may be interested in, please send an email to hello@marketinginc.com with the subject bonus to get the 43 niche ideas, the $10,000 a month case study from one of our students, and that video on how Google works. I will send that all to you for free. Tons of value, tons of extra content. I truly hope you got a lot out of this training, and thank you so much for watching. If you'd like a version of this video with controls, so you can skip certain parts and go back and rewatch them, or that you can download, I will send that over to you automatically in the next 48 hours. Thank you again.